Good morning. Welcome to your stretch, lengthen, and release. So the request today is full body. So with the limited space that I do have, I'll see what I can move and do. But most importantly, I will cue you guys to open up your full body. No need for straps or blocks today, just yourself. And we'll go ahead and start seated, which is just something a little bit different. But it gets us moving a little bit faster, which is always really nice. So find a comfortable sit, roll those shoulder blades back and away. You're welcome to close your eyes and move inward. Just feel the natural rise and fall of your belly. Feel the rib cage expand outward. And notice when we tune into our normal breathing, we're not using our shoulders. So our shoulders should stay still. Might be slight movement, but it is not initiating the movement up. Usually when we're doing that, we're breathing with our first rib. We're breathing with our shoulders, and that is usually a sign of some stress and tension in our body, in our life, that's causing us to breathe that way. So as we're in this comfortable sit, just take a moment to, again, really fully embrace and appreciate your normal, calm breath. And with this comfortable sit, let's go ahead and set our intention for our practice today. Something you want to focus on, a dedication, something that truly resonates with you right in this moment, or maybe something you're focusing on this week and you really want to carry it into this practice. Whatever it is, as always, let it fill you from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. Let it fill every inhale, and try to focus on every exhale, releasing what doesn't bring you that safety and security, to embrace that intention of yours. Bring that intention deep into our heart, tucking our chin to our chest to open up the back of our neck. Let our hands continue to rest down by our side, just feeling some length in the back of the neck. Open up the side of your neck on your inhale. Take your left ear to your left shoulder. Left hand can rest on top of the head, and right arm palm facing away, thumb down. Swim into the small of your back. Putting that shoulder and shoulder blade into a neutral position, and to add more length on the side of our neck. And on our exhale, release our hands down, back down by our side bodies, chin back to our chest. And we'll take this to the other side on your inhale. Right ear, right shoulder. Right hand can rest on top of the head. Walk those left fingertips out to the side or palm facing away, thumb down. Swim this to the small of your back. Again, that rotates the shoulder blade down and away, back into our neutral anatomical position. And it just adds a little bit more length to the side of our neck, our upper trap. And on our exhale, release our hands down by our side. Retuck the chin to our chest. And on our inhale, slowly lift up the head from here. We'll take a nice side body reach. Inhale that right arm over to the left side. Option to outstretch that left arm to follow. Keep reaching as if you have a beach ball in between both of those hands. You can engage the core on that, or you can drop that left hand down to your mat. And still holding that beach ball, but just bracing between your wrists rather than between both hands. On our inhale, we'll come back up to a seat. We'll take this on the other side, lifting that left arm and reaching it over to the right side. Again, walking this right hand down alongside our mats. And if you're feeling extra strength today, you can add that movement where you're floating the bottom hand to hold this beach ball. It engages the core and the rib muscles. And inhale, slowly lift back up. We'll take a gentle twist, continuing to move to the left side. So take that right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, find length first, then exhale, twist into that space.
Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu.
Inhale, rotate back to center. I'll take this over to the right side, continuing to twist over, right hand behind you. Left hand, right knee. Inhale, find length first. Exhale, twist into that space.
Samasta sukino bhavantu. Loka 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 samasta.
And inhale, unravel. From here, we'll bring the knees close to our chest. Give ourselves a nice little bear hug as we do. Wrapping our forearms around the shins, bringing our forehead to our knees. But for this, we're pressing our spine to the back of the room. Inhale, see if you can bring that chest to our knees, rotating the shoulder blades back. And then on our exhale, press that spine back, tucking our chin to our chest, forehead to those knees. Inhale, rise and lift. Bringing that chest to our thighs as best as possible. And exhale, press us back. You can walk those feet away if you need a little bit more space and loosen the grip around the knees. 2 more times. Inhale, lifting up that chest. Drop the head back if it feels good. Opening up our throat chakra. Just adding a little bit of a stretch in the front of the neck. And exhale, press us back. Last time, inhale, lift up the chest. Option to drop that head back, open up the front of the neck. And exhale, press us back away. Inhale, we'll slowly lift up, lengthen those legs forward, give them a nice little shake, and we'll take a Paschimottanasana, deep-seated forward fold. On our inhale, peace fingers high. On our exhale, peace fingers to those big toes. Keep that chest and thigh connection to open up the lumbar spine first, and then as you feel warm, you can press those toes away from your nose. And on your next inhale, slowly lift that chest up, allow the legs to relax, give them a nice little shake, and we'll take a butterfly, bottoms of the feet together. Traditionally, heels in, again, opens up the inner thighs. If you want to focus on outer thighs and a little bit more of a fold forward to round out that spine, you can push the feet away. Anything that you need this morning or when you're tuning in. But with all of our holding postures, just a gentle reminder to come back into your intention, come back to that breathing. Trying to reduce our tendency to fall back into our shoulder and first for breathing, and really breathe in from that diaphragm. That signals safety and contentment to our body. And that's when healing begins, when we feel more safe in our body, in our mind, in our surroundings. And to heal and to be calm is what brought me to yoga. So that is what I always like to remind myself when I'm breathing. Keep and maintain that nice, calm breath. On your next inhale, slowly lift up. We'll take our hands to the outside of the knees, gently guide them together. Press the heels a couple feet away. We'll take some windshield wipers. Hands back behind you to brace yourself. Drop knees to one side, gaze in the opposite. And really roll from hip to hip. Roll over those sit bones so you can get a nice little massage as you do. And we'll go ahead and take one more on each side. Make sure you're nice and even. And slowly come back up. We'll cross our feet in front of us and roll into our box. From our box position, we'll begin to take some hip circles, leaning towards one hip of your choice. Roll those sit bones down to the heels.
Just breathe. Just believe. Just breathe. just believe,
One more in this direction.
just
When you
breathe,
come back up to that neutral spine, gently switch directions.
just believe,
Making sure we open up that opposite hip just as much.
just believe. Another day, just believe another day. Just
Two more in this direction.
another day,
And we'll come back up to that neutral spine and begin to take some cat-cows. On your inhale, belly sinks down, shoulder blades roll back and away. And exhale into that cat. Continue to flow at your own pace with your own breath. We'll take one more breath. And from here on that neutral spine, on that next inhale, we'll lengthen our left leg nice and long. Toes point down, heel is one natural extension from the knee, from the hip. And we'll add our right arm for a nice spinal balance. Dropping that right hand down. On our exhale, we'll step our left foot to the top of our mat. Shift that weight forward, open up the psoas and hip flexor of that right side. And on our next inhale, shift your weight back into that half splits. Option to stay high or lower all the way down. On our inhale, we'll slowly walk our weight forward, frame the foot with our hands. At this time, we'll rise up into a nice crescent lunge, modified. Shifting that weight a little bit more to really open up the right quad. And we'll open up into our modified warrior two. So you may remember that's kickstanding that right foot back behind and opening up the hips to the long side of our mat. And I'll take a gentle bend into that left knee. Just like we did when you're seated, we'll reach this right arm over top. If you'd like to fully engage the core, you can float that beach ball or just keep that left arm down on the left knee. Inhale, slowly come back. We're in our modified warrior two. Shift that weight forward just a little slightly. And reach the hands down if you need. We'll turn the right toes back behind us, rotate around to be back in that runner's lunge. And step that left leg back long. Inhale. And exhale back down to our box. From here, we'll take this on the other side. On your inhale, lengthen your right leg long. Once you're nice and stable there, we'll add our spinal balance, lifting that left arm. Thumb points up, toes point down. Again, remember, shoulder, elbow, thumb, natural extension, natural long line, as well as the back, hip, knee to heel. And we'll drop our left hand back down. Keep our right heel lifted, inhale. On our exhale, step our right foot to the top of our mat. Shift that weight forward. Open up the psoas and hip flexor gently on this left side. And we'll shift this back and away into our half splits. Staying high or lowering down, anything that feels good to you. And our next inhale will slowly rise back forward to our runner's lunge and rise to our crescent, resting on that knee. Really beginning to open up the quads, psoas and hip flexor on the left side even more. Taking your hands down to your mat if you need. We'll kickstand our left foot back behind us. Keeping our right toes facing forward, we'll lift up in to our modified warrior two on this side. Really shifting that weight forward, resting that right elbow on the knee if you need. Just beginning to open up the inner thigh. And just like we did seated, we'll add a reach over with our left arm. Option to stay here or float that beach ball if you'd like to add a little bit of a challenge. A little bit of core work. Reaching that left hand back, we'll come in to our modified warrior two one more time, shifting our weight into that right knee. Cartwheeling our hands down on that exhale, framing our foot with our hands. We'll re-kickstand our left leg back behind us to that modified runner's lunge. And once we're there on our next inhale, take our right foot back behind us. Inhale. And come back down into our box. And now that we're a little bit warmer here, we'll take some more cat-cows. Inhale, opening up that heart, flowing through our spine on that exhale. And flow with your breath. Just notice how this feels now that hopefully your lower body Just a little bit more open. One more breath. After that last exhale, inhale, come back to a neutral spine. We'll bring our knees and ankles together. Curling our toes, we'll have a seat on our heels. We will be taking just some traditional shoulder openings. I like to always add a bit of a yogic toe stand to open up the back of my feet. If this is too much for you, you can just come into kneeling or fully sitting on those shins if it's okay with those knees, or a comfortable sit as well. Again, I just like to double up and open up the back of my feet and begin to allow that fascia line to open. So from here, we'll interlace our fingers at our sacrum, rooting those finger blades down our heels. We can drop our head back if it's okay with our neck. With our head dropped back, we're opening up the front of our chest, the front of our shoulders a little bit more. One more breath. On our next inhale, release. You can shake out those arms if you need. And I'm going to just rotate myself up a little bit more in the center, a little bit closer. Release that bind again, shake those hands. From here, give ourselves a nice little bear hug. We'll start with our right elbow on top, reaching to the outside of our shoulders. We'll pull our elbows up and forward to really begin to open up the space between our shoulder blades. And exhale, release those hands. We'll take that to the other side. Just subtly different. Left elbow on top, reaching our elbows up and away. And releasing that stretch. From here, we'll cross our left arm and hook it into our right, just allowing us to pull this left arm across our body. And exhale, release that. We'll take this to the other side, crossing our right arm over our chest. A nice little hook with that left arm. Pull our right arm across our body a little bit more. Hit that front of the deltoid, our shoulder. And exhale, release this. We'll give ourselves a nice little pat on the back with our left arm. Hooking with our right, bringing that elbow further away from our nose. Nice little tricep stretch. And exhale, release. We'll take this on the other side. Give your right arm a nice little pat on the back. Grab a hold of that right elbow with your left. And release that. Go ahead and shake out the arms. Sway them in front, anything that feels good. And if you have that toe stand, even if you don't, let's release those toes, come forward, untuck the toes, roll those feet, give them a nice little tap. And I'll sit all the way down on untucked toes on top of those heels, especially if you did sit on those toes for our yogic toe stand. We'll just begin to pedal out the knees, stretch out the front of our ankles. And even if you didn't do the toe stand, it's really nice to take a little stretch on top of the feet. Not often do we have that release. And drop those knees down. We'll return to our box briefly to open up our forearms and wrists. So I'm going to scoop myself back just like I did before. So from here, we'll flip our fingertips away from us, or fingertips away from where they normally face, fingertips facing those knees. And on a slow exhale, lower the sit bones down to the heels and begin to open up the forearms. Go as far as you can until the palms really start to lift up off the earth. We've done this a few classes. And inhale, slowly lift up from here. Flip the palms so they face up, fingertips into the center. And go ahead and give those fingers a nice little tap. Bring them towards the wrists. We're stretching the top of the wrist, top of the hand as we do that. So don't just try to wiggle those fingers. Really bring the fingers towards the wrist. And from here, flip the palms. Normally we'll rotate one wrist outward and then in. Drawing a nice big circle, and then we'll switch. Next hand, drawing a nice big circle outward, and then switching inward. And from here, we'll come to a comfortable sit. Stretch those legs out in front of you, just as if we're taking a Paschimottanasana, which we will, just to see how far we've grown. Inhale, peace fingers high. On our exhale, peace fingers to those big toes. Keep that chest and thigh connection just to open up that lumbar spine. And then, as always, allow the hamstrings to relax down, chest to follow. And inhale, slowly lift up the chest. We'll make this into a wide leg forward fold, opening up your legs as wide as you can, wider than your mat. Go ahead and shake this side to side, rock this side to side. Make sure the sit bones are nice and firm. Flex the toes towards the shins. Activate the quads, helps relax the hamstrings. You can go a little bit further. Once you have all those cues out of the way and you're nice and comfortable in your wide leg, we'll go ahead and fold down. Inhale, find length, and exhale, reach that chest forward and go ahead and fold as far as you can. On your next inhale, slowly lift up your chest. Take a gentle bend into those knees. Bring those heels together. With your heels a couple feet away from the sit bones, take your hands back behind you, and we'll take some windshield wipers. Once more, gaze in the opposite direction of those knees. Again, giving those glutes a nice little massage as you roll to the outer hip. And we'll take one more each side. Make sure you're nice and even. And from here, we'll lower all the way down to our back. And as we do, hug your knees into your chest. On your exhale, bring your forehead to your knees, releasing the back of your neck. inhale, lower that head down. From here, we'll create a nice little figure four, crossing the right ankle over our left. And on your exhale, go ahead and bring that left knee in towards your chest. Thread the needle around, interlace your fingers in the front of the knee if you need, or you can press that right knee away from your shoulder, from your chest to deepen this outer leg. And as you let this right hip melt and open and release, just a gentle reminder to come back to your intention, come back to what brought you to your mat, come back to that nice deep breathing, feeling the rise and fall of your belly, the expansion of the rib cage pressing outward. And on your next inhale, release your binder around your knee. Go ahead and drop the left toes down. Unravel the right, and we'll take this to the other side. Crossing the left ankle over the right knee, we'll take a nice figure four. And on your exhale, bring that figure four to your chest. Thread the needle through, wrapping the fingers around the knee, if that feels good. You can also press this left knee away with your left hand. From here, slowly allow those right toes to come down to your mat. Unravel the left. Keep your knees facing the ceiling. We'll just take a little windshield wipers. Just to shake this out gently. We'll move into a supine twist next. Lengthen out the left leg long. Hug your right knee into your chest. And on your exhale, bring your right leg across your body. Open up that right arm. Gaze follows. On your next inhale, unravel those legs. Bring that right knee back into your chest. On that exhale and inhale, lengthen your right leg to meet the left, and we'll switch. Hugging the left knee into your chest, we'll move into a supine twist on this side. Bring that left leg across your body, open up that left arm, gaze follows. On your next inhale, slowly begin to unravel. Bring this left knee back into your chest. Allow that right leg to keep lengthened. And inhale, lengthen your left leg to meet the right. Give both legs a nice little shake. Take a full body scan. See if there's anything else you may need. Maybe a half happy baby or full happy baby. Maybe you want to come into a supine butterfly. Or maybe lengthening your legs up to the ceiling feels good. Allowing that lactic acid to drain down. You can draw some figure eights, some happy faces, every which direction. That feels good. And we'll go ahead and just take some movement for the next couple of minutes. So again, tuning into what feels best for you. And there's no rush, but after you've taken some of the movements your body is craving, let's all settle down into our Shavasana, lengthening our legs long. Allowing your hands to rest down by our side body or placing one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. If you have one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, you're focusing the energy, the calmness, the focus and intention that you've created in class back to yourself, refilling your cup. If you take hands down by your side body, you're just simply surrendering to the day ahead. And we'll take the next couple minutes of class to fully surrender, fully focus into our Shavasana. Come back to your intention, what you set in the beginning of class. And take a full body scan from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Notice how you feel. Notice your breathing. And the safety and calmness you've created on your mat, created within yourself. And there's no rush to come out of your Shavasana, but when you are ready, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, hug your knees into your chest, and roll to a side of your choice. Take a breath there before you press up and join me in seated. Again, there's no rush, especially becoming aware of your surroundings and making sure you don't become dizzy as you sit up. With my hands at my heart center, I'd like to thank you all for joining me on the mat. It was an honor to guide you through your stretch, lengthen, and release. I hope this feeling, this openness, this length carries on into the rest of your week. But most importantly, I hope that you enjoyed class. And if anything of where I am shows you that you can roll out your mat just about anywhere and move to your heart's content, even with obstacles in your way. So I hope that you do carry this mindset of opening up wherever you are, even if you don't have your yoga mat. The light within me honors, acknowledges, and celebrates the beautiful divine light in all of you. Namaste. Thank you.